The Atari Edition Super Pocket is a cheap handheld device for £49. Because it carries a range of Atari games, it looked quite interesting to me. I hadn't had a handheld device other than phones and an iPod Touch, and I thought this was quite an interesting way to get started with them. The Super Pocket comes with a range of games from Atari, many games that you might remember: Missile Command, Crystal Castle, Centipede, Asteroids. And of the 50 games that came with it, I remembered quite a few of them: Asteroids, Berserk, Crystal Castles, Frenzy, Millipede, Missile Command, Breakout, Pong, Gravitar, a whole bunch of good games. Some of them didn't look quite as good as the arcade version, such as Tempest, but that was really because of the console that it came with. So for £49 I thought I'd give it a go. As well as the 50 Atari games that come with the device, you can also add Evercade games using the cartridges. Evercade have a whole bunch of cartridges that will plug into the device, and some of these look pretty interesting too. So in this video I'll take a look at the device and also have a look at one of the Evercade cartridges that I purchased. So the device arrived. It's quite sturdy, well made of plastic, buttons on the front and back, and power socket, on-off switch and headphones. Initially I've just used the controls on the front of the device. So the D-pad and then the X, Y, A, B buttons and the select start and settings button. So when you start it up, you go into the carousel of Atari games, so you've got the 50 Atari games to look at. And then you've got a menu which allows you to select between Atari and Evercade. And then you've got settings, so you've got the display settings that you can change. You've got sound, you can increase the sound or decrease it. Language, difficulty, and down at the bottom, credits. Talking about the team that made the device. So going back to the Atari menu, and then just looking through the carousel, it all works quite nicely. You've got Asteroids, Berserk, Centipede. So I'll have a look at Centipede. Starts up pretty quickly, and then you're into the game. I was always quite bad at Centipede, but maybe with this device I'll get a bit better at it. The controls are reasonably good from the start, but hopefully I'll get better at that as well. So yeah, it looks quite a good game to start with. And then you press the settings button to quit back to the carousel. So then scrolling through, you've got Crystal Castles, Berserk. So if I have a look at Berserk, I quite like this one. Got the nice voice synthesization. And then just fiddling around the buttons, trying to figure out, each game is a bit different which buttons to press, so you just have to play around with them. But with this game, you're using the D-pad to control, and then it turns out it's the B button to fire. So a little bit of trial and error while you get started with the game. But it's easy just to have it on your desk and just pick it up to have a little play with it. The battery lasts several days, so you're not going to sort of recharge it every day. That bouncing ball just doesn't seem to want to die, so get something to kill that. So this is a game that I can imagine having a quick bash on every now and then. So then back out onto the carousel. Another game that I played before on PS4 was Yar's Revenge. So I played that on the Atari 50 compilation on the PS4. It's quite a good game. and there was also a reimagined game on that, which was pretty nice too. I like the look of this game. I've never really figured out how to play it properly. I imagine that you have to shoot the flashing sort of triangular thing on the right, but it seems to take quite a lot of shots to kill it, so this is a game I can keep playing. I quite enjoy it, just have a little quick bash on it. And that thing in the middle is quite funky. Just to watch out for that missile that keeps following me around the screen. Quite a nice game. So that's the console. The Atari games play quite well, the ones I've played. I can imagine playing those quite a bit. And then with the Evercade, you take off the sort of blank cartridge that comes with the device. And then I bought the Bitmap Brothers Collection 1, which has the Bitmap Brothers games that I remember playing on the ST. And then you get a nice leaflet with it, talking about the Bitmap Brothers and the different games, with some nice artwork. Quite a nice thing to include. So in the device, you then, to get into the Evercade games, you select that option, and then you've got the carousel with the different games. So the game that I played quite a bit on the ST is Chaos Engine. I think I played this on the A500 Mini. It's a really nice game. The resolution of the screen is not really making it look as good as it would have done on the ST or the Amiga. But it looks okay. I'm used to playing it with a PS4 controller, which is a lot easier to use than the D-pad on the Super Pocket device. So that's going to take a bit of getting used to. But it's still playable. So I think this was quite a good cartridge to pick. The problem that I was having with it is if you press the centre of the D-pad, the game pauses, which is a bit sort of annoying. It's quite easy to press to do a pause when you try to play the game, which is kind of irritating. But maybe I'll get used to that. So I think really the Atari games are probably what I'll be playing more than these Evercade games, because they just seem to work better at this resolution than the Amiga and Atari games, which are a bit more sophisticated. But it's nice to have them. So I think I'll have this on my desk, and it's just something I'll be able to pick up and have a quick play with. So for 50 quid, I don't think you can really go wrong. Just something to have a little play with. Oh, that was interesting, and thanks for watching.